Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Kinfolk Farm. This is Shane. Appreciate you guys checking us out today. We were tagged this week to do a video on why do we have the animals we have. We don't actually have a lot of animals right now. It's winter time and we pretty much processed what we had. But I can go through what we're going to have this in just a few months. But I can talk a little bit about the animals we have today. Actually, we'll start out with these little guys right here. These are Silver Wyandottes. All these little black and silver ones there. These are Silver Wyandottes. We got these for my niece. She had moved in to stay here for a little while, and we felt like we needed to give her something to do, keep her busy, because out here on the farm it could get a little bored sometimes. We thought it'd be nice to have her a little way to make some money this spring, so we got her a bunch of these guys so she could start hatching out her own eggs this year. We're gonna run 3 incubators, 1 a week. That way we can have a hatch every week, hopefully. And our plan was for her to sell chicks. We have a feed store down the street that's just a great feed store. They let us come down there and do about what we want, but they've given us permission to come down and sell chicks. And they sell all the feed and all that. They told us we could sell the chicks. So we thought Destiny would have a good time doing that. So we got a bunch of these Silver Wyandottes. Those are the ones in the little cage that we open up every morning, and they're just everywhere. We got a bunch of them right over here. But we started out with 22 of those, and man, we were just dwindling down. We got, I think, 12 now, and we got a hawk. I even come out this morning to let them out. Right before I started filming, there was a hawk just sitting right here on the ground, just watching. I thought it was a chicken. I walked up and it flew up in the tree. I was just waking up. But we got this one hawk out here. This guy is relentless. He is out here every day, and we just can't seem to shake him. But anyway, that's the Silver Wyandottes. We got those for Destiny to start raising chicks with, to sell chicks this summer. Next are these guys right here. We got 4 Bourbon Red Turkeys. We started out with 10, and we were hoping to raise them up in order to start hatching our own eggs and start selling turkeys. We got so attached to these things. We ate one for Thanksgiving, and it was really good. But we were going to process one for Christmas, and we decided to hold off. And but they have just been a heck of a lot of fun, and to me, they're easy as a chicken. They don't go in the pen at night. You sort of have to. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. But they're a heck of a lot of fun. They're great for kids. At least ours are. We've heard of them jumping on kids and stuff, but we haven't had any problems so far. And we're just going on. Oh, how long have we had these guys? Maybe 6 months or so, but 6 or 7 months. But they're a heck of a lot of fun. We had 2 males. I did a video a while back with 2 of the males just kept fighting and fighting and fighting, and we found out that's the one we ate for Thanksgiving was one of the brothers. But those are Bourbon Red Turkeys. Those are excellent breed of turkeys. They don't have the big breasts like you'd have on the broad-breasted whites or the broad-breasted bronze. We're actually, this spring, we're going to get about 15 broad-breasted bronze and let them run around and hopefully hatch off a bunch of eggs from these guys. And so we really want a big flock. We actually thought about building another pen here to start housing our turkeys in, but have to wait and see. Broad-breasted bronze turkeys, get you some. They're awesome. These chickens right here, at least that one, I think that's a Jersey Giant. That's an AM Semini. This one right here is an AM Semini. That one, there's one over there. That little black one there. Those are some AM Seminis that we had left over that were just a cool bird that we bought just for the fact it's something unique. They're more of a novelty bird. We were selling the eggs from them. Hold on, I'll tell you about that. There's one of our AM Seminis that turned out to be a white, solid white, but he's got the brown, the gray feet, the gray head. It just turned out to be, I call it the albino AM Semini. But that's my grandson. That's his favorite bird of all time. He has a name for it. I just can't remember. Of course, it won't turn around so you can see its face. But anyway, these AM Seminis right here, they are, you can look them up online. They're a really unique bird, more of a novelty bird. We got them just for fun, and then they were pretty expensive. I think we pay $10 an egg, something like that. For the simple fact they're completely black. The comb, the beak, you open the mouth, insides, the innards are black. Even the meat is black. They're really a weird bird. I'll try to remember when I go back to the house. I think we still have one in the freezer. I'll show you. The meat is black. It's really unique, and don't taste any different than any other chicken. We couldn't tell any difference. But my son-in-law actually found a lady that was trying to breed them to sell the chicks. She was selling the chicks for some outrageous price. And so we put them in one of our movable pens. We put a rooster and 5 hens, and he was selling her chicks at like $30 a dozen for the eggs. He was selling her the eggs $30 a dozen. So it was just crazy. Look at this guy. This guy, he's the bomb. I'll let you touch him now. But that's the AM Seminis, the solid blackbirds. They were the AM Seminis. And we got some Jersey Giants. We got just a little of everything. I forget what we got. We got some Americanas. We got just a little Rhode Island Reds. We got a little of everything. But all our birds are hens. We have all hens. We had, right before hunting season got here, well, I say right at hunting season, we had 7 or 8 roosters, and I just couldn't take it anymore. I hunt just right over here in the woods, and I would listen to those birds cock-a-doodle-doo all morning. I said, we need to just take a few months break, and I'm wondering if maybe if we'd have kept them, it'd help with the hawk. But as far as the silver Wyandottes, we actually only have one rooster. That guy being chased around right there. We only have one rooster there, and we may end up having to buy some more for Destiny. Well, that's pretty much all the animals we have right now. Like I say, we've processed all our normal stuff. And we really don't have a lot of animals on the farm. We're mostly into plants. We grow, like I say, we got all the muscadines. These are the ones that we planted last 2 years. And we just have fruit trees, pears, apples, plums, pomegranates, pawpaw trees. We plant, oh my goodness, my whole property's fruit trees. We're waiting to get to Isons now. I want to go pick up some blueberry plants this morning, but we got a big storm rolling in. But we just don't have a lot of animals right now, not till the spring. But that's the animals we do have, mostly chickens and 4 turkeys left. We have 4 turkeys. One thing I can say about turkeys is they're not very hardy when they're small. But when they get big, they can just take anything. But when they were chicks, they were dropping like flies. Every little thing, they were just, they're not a hardy bird when they're chicks. But that's it for right now. These pens right here, these 2, these are our movable pens. We actually just park them here in the winter, and that way they can be close to the big coop. And when we feed everything, we can feed birds in here. If we have a bird that's broody and we want to break her from that broodiness, we put her in here. We'll put her in here for 2 or 3 days, and there's no nesting boxes or anything in there. We put them in these, and that breaks that. And before you know it, you let them out, they're back to laying eggs again, and back with the regular flock. But these are our movable pens that we raise all our meat chickens in. This spring, we'll raise a couple of batches of meat chickens, and we run them right through the muscadines, right up muscadine roads and all out through the yard. And that's a heck of a lot of fun. This spring, we'll end up with maybe 100 meat birds. We run 25 per pen. We got 4 of these. We got 2 more up at the top of the other pasture by the muscadines. But we do meat birds, and that's what we're raising these guys. And these 2 pens here, these are our movable pens. I could probably show you these a little better. But we got a little feeding tray we learned how to build from Cog Hill Farm, Jason over at Cog Hill Farm. But we just put a tarp over it, and it's basically hog wire folded across the frame. And we have a rope. We have a rope down there where we can pull it. We move it every day, give them fresh grass, and this is where we put our pasture-raised chickens in that we eat for the year. This is our pig pen. We don't have any pigs in it now. We raised this past summer Yorkshire, Berkshire, Hampshire cross, and they were just a great pig. They really did good. You can go back and watch some of my previous videos, because just about every video included the pigs. We were obsessed with them. This was our first year raising them, and we will raise pigs till the day I die. I loved them. They were a great entertainment to my grandkids. They absolutely adored them, and raising your own pigs is just the best way to eat pig meat, I think. We love them. We got tons of bacon, tons of sausage. It just turned out to be the best deal ever. The meat is 10 times better than anything you buy. I knew what they eat. They were happy to that last day. They just enjoyed a great life. We built them a huge, oversized pen. Of course, we probably could have pasture raised them, but we just had this pen, and now, like I say, we decided to do the muscadines in this pasture. But I would love to do pigs year round, but we work so much, and it's such a hard ordeal. Not really hard, it's just the feed. The feed cost, they eat, good gracious, these jokers didn't stop eating. We got pretty fortunate. We found a couple of fruit stands that we visited all the time, right down the road from our house, and they were giving us hundreds of pounds of vegetables and fruits and just everything. So we were getting all their scraps, but once they closed down, of course, we processed a couple of weeks after they closed down, so that worked out perfect. But that helped out a tremendous amount, and we're going to do that again this year. We set it up with them. We were giving them some, we were trading them off some honey from our beehives. You can see our beehives right there. We were trading off some honey. That's another thing we have, bees. I don't know if you consider that an animal on the farm, but we have bees. But we were trading them off chickens, pasture-raised chickens, and some honey, and really wasn't trading them off. And eggs, we were just giving them eggs. We were just asking them if they wanted some. They're like, sure, we got to get rid of this stuff anyway. They were just going to throw it away. So all the scraps they were giving to us, and they basically weren't scraps. They were just great food. It wasn't like it was all moldy and mildewy junk that you wanted to feed, that you thought you'd feed your pig. It was great fruits and vegetables, and they loved it. They put on the weight eating that stuff, and it just worked out great. They make great barbecue, and reason we had them is so we could start raising pork on our property, our own pork. And we absolutely loved them. We'll do it again this year. And we're not one of those to go out and go, hey, we want a heritage breed, cooney, like the Smith family was talking about, because they're expensive out here too. And a lot of people do the American Guinea hogs. Look, we just wanted a good meat pig for around 50 bucks. We'll raise it up, process it. If I can find red wattles this year, I will. If I can find just a straight Yorkshire, I'll do that. Just whatever I can find close by around 50 bucks, I'll buy it, raise it, and we're going to eat it. I think that to us, that makes it a little less thinking, but these guys, let me say, it turned out great. They were fantastic. The hams, everything on them so far, we hadn't had anything that tastes bad on them. They were great pigs. But anyway, this is the pig pen. This is where we raised our pigs at. Well, that's about it. We raise, right now, just chickens and turkeys. It sort of caught us, Smith Family Ranch kind of caught us at a lull in the year. Like I say, we mostly we mostly grow fruit. We grow tons of fruit, just for the fact once it's in the ground, it's there to stay, and it's always productive. Stick around. I'm going to do another video here pretty soon, hopefully this week, talking about our plans for 2019. We did our little farm meeting we had at dinner the other night, and we're going to talk about what we're going to plant in this big garden. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about this big garden here. I mean, this is just a monster. We're going to talk about the pigs we're going to get and all the meat birds, and like I say, we still got this huge field that we're trying to fill with muscadines. So it's just a lot going on. And animals, Smith Family Ranch, I love you guys to death. I watch all y'all's videos. The cows are the coolest thing ever, and we actually talked about getting some cows at one time, but like I say, in a few months I'm going to put out a video and say why. I keep saying I work all the time, and I know everybody does, but I'm not home enough to take care of all these animals. Like I said, my daughter, I did a video a while back, my daughter, she pretty much takes care of the pigs for us, and the chickens, my son-in-law, and I sort of do as much as I can on the weekends. But we've never been interested in goats or rabbits. I have had a big interest in quail. I'd like to get into quail, but I want to finish. I gotta quit jumping around. I need to finish this muscadine orchard up before I jump into anything else. But quail, I would really have a big interest in quail. I think that'd be a great turnaround bird. You could just hatch them and raise them and process them and hatch. It just seemed like a great meat source to come off our farm in such a small space. I think it'd be great. But I'm going to tag, hey, thanks Smith Family Ranch for the opportunity to do this video too. I hope it was entertaining. Do me a favor, subscribe and like and all that good stuff. I want to call out this time, or not call out, I want to tag Slightly Redneck. Chris over at Slightly Redneck does some fantastic videos. He raises rabbits, quail. He just got a great little small homestead, and it's just a great source to know that, hey, I only have an acre, I have 2 acres. You can do it on your farm. You can raise your own food on your little homestead. Watch Slightly Redneck with Chris at Slightly Redneck. He just has a fantastic little place, and he is proof that you can do whatever you want on your couple of little acres. Go check him out. But I'm going to tag him, Chris at Slightly Redneck. Hey, thanks again for the opportunity, Smith Family Ranch. And we'll see you guys on the next video. I hope I didn't babble too much.